All right, welcome back. So in this last video, we are going to see an intro to deploying our site. Basically, in the last video, we had shifted our database to an online server, and now we can access our database through this URL whenever we want to access it, right? Excellent. And you can see this; these are uncommitted changes. So this is an extension that I have in VS Code. It tells me I have uncommitted changes. So what I'll do is I'll run a new terminal. This is inside the VS Code, but this is actually same as this, right? So I'm inside the course material. I'll do Git Status. I'm doing this on screen so that you get a practice with this too, right? And I recommend that you do this too because we want to give this to Git, right? We are going to need this in our GitHub, right? Now I'll do Git add dot. I'll do Git Status again. It has been added. Git commit -m connect to MongoDB address. Now I've committed my changes to Git, and now what I need to do is I just need to do Git push. So I can do this too, right? So my VS Code is already set up to take Git push as Git push origin master. So I'll just do Git push, right? And it pushes my changes to GitHub, right? I'll just close this and reopen this. So this color coding should actually go away. It will go away. It's just taking some time, right? So now we have pushed our changes to GitHub, and the reason why I did that was that the deploying I'm going to do through Gurm, because once again the deploying needs you to use Heroku and Heroku through the terminal, and I already have that set up in my computer, so it will be a little confusing for you to see me doing something on an already set up thing when you have not set it up, especially in Heroku, right? So before we start, I'm just going to do. Currently, I'm inside the web dev course, right? So this on the Gurm 2, I'm actually fully initialized with Git. So if I do Git status, it says on branch master, nothing to commit. So I've been committing through Gurm a lot when we were studying through Gurm, right? And that's how I was managing to have the same code here and here through GitHub, right? So I pushed through here and I pulled through here, right? So now what I'll do is I'll just simply pull the code that I just pushed there, and I don't have a lot of code here, right? Because I had stopped using Gurm a long time ago. So now you can see if I go to my app.js, I'll have my latest change too. All right, so probably the push was just completed. Okay, git pull origin master. And now you see my pull has been completed. I was doing git pull, which actually works in my system, but in this you'll have to do git pull origin master because we have multiple branches now, right? So now you see I have my latest change too because I have this long MongoDB URL, which was my latest push. So now I have my code in my Gurm ID too. And I had to put clear here, right? So now let's work on deploying. So MongoDB Atlas, the work is done. I'll close this. Next, I'll go to Heroku. So go to heroku.com, see the spelling, HEROKU, and then go to /home, and then just click on sign up. So it takes you to this sign up page, and you just have to enter your details. I'll do AF, web dev. Email address will be what it is. Company name, I'll leave. That's optional, I guess. Role, they've given it as compulsory. I don't know why. So you could choose student. I'll choose other here. Country, India. Primary development language. You can choose anything. Doesn't actually make a difference. And just prove to them that you're not a robot. Right. And now they are asking me to confirm my email. So I'll quickly do that. So now it will just ask you to set a password. So quickly do that too. So they want me to use a symbol too. I'll use a symbol. Set password and login. Click here to proceed. Great. Alright, so now our Heroku has been made, and now we're not going to do anything that they're saying here. All we're going to do is click on Node.js. They have some really good documentation on how to get started. So we can just simply start, right? I'm ready to start. So the first thing they tell you is to actually install Heroku, right? But in Goon, the thing is we already have Heroku installed. So if you type Heroku here, and you get something like this back, means you do have Heroku and you're good to go. Otherwise, if you're using a local system, simply just choose whatever your system is from here and it will work fine. This is not a very complex thing. I've tried this out, right? Okay. So now, now it wants us to log in, right? So they are saying Heroku Login, and this is something that would work, but we are going to use something a little more friendly. So what you need to do, the first command is Heroku Login -i, right? So now it tells you to actually enter your details. So enter your details in here. Enter your password too. And now it tells you logged in as this. So what the use of this is that basically now Heroku knows that we are like going to deploy this from web dev course. So I should actually move into Blogify and then do this. Because we are actually going to deploy Blogify up there, right? All right, so login is complete, and you should also do this with the Blogify thing, right? And make sure your Git is initialized inside Blogify, and you have made one commit at least, right? And, even if it's not done in web dev course and all, forget about that. But inside the Blogify, you should have one commit, the final commit that you want to push, right? All right, and so they're telling us to see if we have Node, if we have npm, and if we have Git. So we do have all of them. And next I'll just do, I have installed the Heroku CLI. So now they're telling us to actually clone an app. They want us to like try on some demo app first, but we already have the code that we want to push. So we do not actually need to do this, right? I cloned the app source. So now they're telling us to how to deploy the app. And you can see it's just two simple commands. First is Heroku Create, and you just write this out. There's no big thing to this. You just write Heroku Create, and it creates an app for you. So now, first of all, this URL that you see will be your URL for the current app. So Heroku actually gives you like weird URLs by itself, and you can choose to change them from inside this website, right? But we'll not do that. So it gives you a unique URL, and this is where your site will actually be hosted, right? So now everything has been done. You have logged in through Heroku, and you have done everything. You have been allotted a domain. Now all you need to do is you just need to push your code to Heroku. So similarly, like we push our code to GitHub, you will have to push your code to Heroku. And for that, you just need to type git push Heroku master. So I do git push Heroku master. So first, you'll actually need to do git init inside your Blogify too. If So in my case, it was just inside the web dev course, and hence this was not working. So now you can see it's telling me to add everything again because Blogify needs to be a separate repository, right? So I'll do git add dot, let that finish, git commit dash m, and this should be, I think, stable deployable. Great, git status again. On branch master, nothing to commit. Now if I do git push Heroku master, so I did Heroku create again because so I'll run over the steps again because there was an error in this git thing, in the whole git thing, right? So I'll run over them again. So currently this is now being pushed to Heroku, and while that happens, I'll go to this readme.md and I'll tell you something. So now first of all, you can see our deploying has been done, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to list the Heroku thing out again because due to one error this did not work as it should. So the first step always is to do git init, right? Inside the folder of the particular app that you want to push, inside the folder of the particular app that you want to push to your Heroku, right? So it will not work if you have done it inside the parent application, right? And so after that, like, make a commit, then do Heroku create, and then do Heroku. I'll write the complete command git push Heroku master. So this is the order that you should have once you've logged into Heroku, right? And this is how you will be able to do it correctly. Great. So now that that's done, we can see that we have deployed our site. So we can like copy this URL and go to that, or we could also get that through Heroku too. So if I go here and I refresh, you see I have a secret Sierra. So this is because we tried twice. This is the site that I was aiming for, and I have like, so this will not work just yet. First of all, I'll tell you why. I can click on open app and it opens it for me. So now I ran into an application error, right? And this was something that was bound to happen due to one reason. So now when we push some code to Heroku, Heroku actually needs to know what command it needs to run to actually start running the code, right? So that we have to like add inside the package.json. I'll tell you what I mean here. So this scripts is the thing that we need to edit. So whenever you're pushing to Heroku, just put a comma here, make a double quote, write start. So this is the command that you will need to actually start your app, right? And the command that we need to do is node app.js. So once you've written this and you've saved, then do git status, git add start script. All right, and next we need to do git push Heroku master, and wait for that to write because it does take a little time. So just to revise, start, what this is basically the command that Heroku needs to run to start our app, right? And that's what we need to pass to Heroku whenever we are trying to run this, right? So it says deployed this and just now. So this has been done. And now if I refresh the page, and it shows me application error. So this is something that you'll have to do a lot. So we'll do Heroku Logs -- tail, right? Heroku Logs. So we'll type that in here, Heroku Logs -- tail, and it gives us the logs, basically what happened, right? So all right, so I've realized the error that inside the port, what we need to do is we need to do process.env.port or. So what this will do is process.env.port is basically the port that Heroku requires, and this is the port that we will have only on our Heroku thing, and we will not have this on our local system. So what will happen is I'll just make this process.env.port. So now when we're pushing this to Heroku, the port should be process.env.port because it is expecting it to be that, right? And hence I'll leave this to there. Now I'll do Control C here. I'll do git add dot and then just simply do this, right? Wait for this to finish. That's done, and now we can just we can see that we've just now deployed version 5. Open app, and it opens up Blogify for me with the correct this. The best thing is you can see that we still have the data that we had there. I can click on read more, it takes me there, and everything is persisting, right? So my Blogify has worked, and this is now officially the URL of my Blogify app, right? And that's done. So we have deployed our site successfully through this Heroku. And whenever we need to change something and we need to check something, we can check that through here, or we can check that by doing Heroku Logs, right? And that will give us all the logs for the site that we have. So it will tell us that, okay, this was done and style sheets home.css was used, main.css was used, image was used, and etc. etc. So now we have our access to this particular site, right? And hence we have deployed our site successfully. Excellent. So congratulations, you have finished the whole course. And this is the point that all of us had started for, right? And that's excellent. And now you know how to deploy a site, you know how to make a site, you know how to use databases, you know all the concepts that we saw in the intro video. So now if you go back, I'm sure that when first time you had saw the demo video, you must have been very confused about what am I saying, right? But now if you go back there and you see what all we have done, so actually we have covered everything that I said we'd cover, and now you are like capable of making a good level site by yourself. So this was made in, I don't know, very less amount of days and very less amount of time. It's like there are like 1 or maximum 1.5 hours of video per day. So this is not a very time-taking website. If you put in a whole lot of time and you put in a whole lot of effort, then now you have enough knowledge to build a complete website from scratch. And if you don't have some knowledge, you can just Google it, right? You must have developed the skill because that was used a lot during this course too, right? So now the only thing left is the final project, and you'll receive the guidelines for your final project in the next video. And then you just need to submit that, and I'll tell you how to submit that and how that will be checked, right? Once that's done, you will have your certificate, and then you can call yourself a certified full stack web developer, right? All right, great. So yeah, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one, which will be the last. And great, bye.